Good afternoon, Dr. Gary here on the road. We are dental practice brokers nationwide. Today's topics are financial records that are chaotic will only continue to lead to problems with bank analysis and most likely a lower sale price. We'll get into what happened. As you know, we try to give you live updates, what goes on a day-to-day basis, and what actually happens in the sale of these dental practices. So we'll give you an update on that. As you know, we've now been doing this for 12 years, dental practice brokers. We have 10 employees, including 2 CPA accountants. We're in 27 states right now. In addition, we're available to you from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. every day. We only take off Christmas and Easter, but we enjoy ourselves every day. At the same time, the phone number you can reach us at is 201-663-0935, and our website is dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwidedentalpracticebroker.com. Either way, we're here to help you. The information you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes. It's not legal or business advice. Now, if you have a big practice grossing over $900,000, you may want to consider selling to the DSOs. We're independent from them, the corporate dentistry, but we do sell a number of practices to them. When we sell to them, generally, they pay our commission, and we pick and choose who we think the best ones are. Sometimes we can get you all your legal fees reimbursed upon successful closing, depending on criteria. But give us a call. All right, so what do we have now? We have a doctor that has 2 practices. He had some patients going back and forth between the 2 practices. He had 1 or 2 personnel, doctors, associates, going back and forth between the 2 practices. This has led to chaos on the tax returns. It's like they're trying to tell us, well, the tax return you see isn't the real tax return because some of those patients were seen in practice B instead of practice A. But then the expenses are mixed up, and this is chaos. It's leading to trouble because you have to unravel this. And bankers sometimes don't want to spend all the time it takes. We have certain bankers that are more patient that will spend the time, but it is leading to chaos right now, trying to unravel this thing. Now, fortunately, we're one of the few brokers that has CPA accountants on staff. So you as this seller or buyer, it's not costing you anything for my team to try to unravel it, to try to present it in a better way to the bankers. But it's difficult. It's really difficult getting through all these things. It's like all this extraneous information. We're trying to just pull it all together, separate the 2 practices, make it fair to everybody. The seller wants to get compensated adequately for his true income. But, you have a tax return that is supposedly different than your true income because you shared some of the data, some of the income at another practice. I mean, this gets really crazy, and it's just not fair to the buyer and to everybody's trying to unravel this. And that's what we're trying to do now, unravel a mess. To the seller, it's not a mess. Oh, everything's fine. But no, you have to have paperwork that is easy to understand by the underwriting department at the various financial institutions. When you present a mess with chaotic information, nobody's going to want to spend the time. Now, being that I have one of the only brokers that have in-house CPA accountants, we can help unravel this. And we'll pick up the cost for it, but sometimes it's so hard because you try to explain to a young buyer that really doesn't know all the numbers and telling them the tax return is not reflective. Well, historically, everybody just, relies on the tax return unless there's some legitimate issue going on that we don't know about, such as this. We have intermingling of patients and intermingling of deposits and expenses between 2 practices. That really makes it hard. And you've got to appreciate how difficult it is for the buyer. and the buyer's financial institution. So we are going through that right now. And it's a friggin' nightmare trying to figure this out. Everybody's frustrated. Now the buyer is going to start losing their patience. They're not going to be, they're younger. They haven't been through this. I'm used to this chaos and this, all this extraneous information flying all the place. I guess I'm used to it, but it's hard for a young buyer that's trying to make, their first purchase. It gets so confusing. So you begin to lose the confidence of the bank, the buyer. You got to straighten your books out well ahead of time, so it's all clear. And if you're going to do it a year ahead of time, whatever, then the next year's tax returns, make sure everything is clear and clean and precise and exact. So whoever reads it will not have a problem with it. If you've had all this mix up in the previous years, then do a full year of clean records so that everybody can interpret it properly. I don't see any other way around it. We're trying to unravel this now. We do have certain bankers that know how to get their arms around everything, especially some of the chaos of financial records. We're not talking about a situation where the seller is untruthful. I don't feel it's that, but I feel that the seller's records are chaotic. And when they're chaotic, you lose confidence of the financial institutions and the buyers. So that's what happens. So I'm in the middle of one now. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to do the best I can to unravel it with my accountants and with the bankers. But it is leading to a lower sale price than the seller had as expectations. It's leading to it. It's lower. I mean, what else are we going to do? So we hope we can get some kind of amicable resolution with all these financial records. I don't know. I think we will be able to. It's very time consuming and it's frustrating. But I'm going to do the best we can to get through it with my team. And I'm fortunate I have a great team that can handle all this. And that's the services we provide that most of the other, I'm not aware of the other brokers have this capacity. Maybe they do. I don't think they do. But we have that. That's what separates us. That's what makes us different. But we're here for you. Let's see what we can put together and get you some really solid answers when you have this confusion. We'll do the best we can. We're signing off now. We have some more information coming soon on the next video. So keep your eyes open.